Hi everyone, welcome to Demystifying the Metaphysical, a channel to help you better understand yourself and others and perhaps bringing a bit more compassion into your life. Today we're going to find out what secrets these hotspots reveal about your interests. The best way to see the 10 mounts on your palm is to cup your hands like so. You might be thinking, wow, these hands look mighty juicy. My hand doesn't look like that. That's probably because you have flat mounts like the hand on the right. People with firm hands like these can better withstand the ups and downs of life, while people with fleshier palms like the hand on the left prefer a luxurious and comfortable life. Another factor to consider is the shape of your hand. Air and water types tend to have thinner palms, while earth types tend to have thicker palms. Click on the card on the top right for the video to help you determine your hand shape. The fullness of the earth palms is what creates the peaks and valleys of the palm. This hand in particular has super high mounts on the palm, which is not proportionate to the slenderness of the fingers. The key in determining where your interest lies is to see which mount or mounts on your palm stand out in comparison to the rest of your palm. Before we look into how to determine what fascinates you, let's see what each area of the palm represents. Venus, the area at the base of your thumb. This is usually well developed on most hands, so it has to be extremely developed for this mount to be considered overdeveloped. The hand on the left has a normal mount of Venus, while the hand on the right shows overdevelopment. Venus, the area highlighted in light pink, represents your passion. When this area is well developed, you have the ability to feel intense emotions. Take a look at her face. The deep feelings can be for anything from a cause that you believe in to the love you feel for another person, or the ability to be totally captivated. If the mount of Venus is excessively big, you might look like this guy. The mount of Venus can also be underdeveloped, like the hand on the right. Notice how it looks quite deflated and wrinkly. People with a deficient mount of Venus can find it hard to feel excitement. The mount of Luna, highlighted in light blue, represents your imagination. As we saw with the deflated Venus, the mount of Luna can also be underdeveloped. Look at where the white arrow is pointing on the hand on the left. Not only does it look deflated and wrinkly, but it also has a dent on the mount. This shows a lack of imagination and interest in creative endeavors. It also shows a person who only trusts reality, what they can see, feel, and touch. Moving over to the right to where the yellow arrow is pointing, this is an overdeveloped Luna, which can mean the person likes to let their imagination run wild and lose touch with reality. A person with a straight outer edge along the mount of Luna is rational, while a curved edge shows a great ability with self-expression and creativity. When the curve on the outer edge of the palm is most pronounced at the top, right under the little finger where the green arrow is pointing, the person has great imagination, but might not be able to turn their thoughts into reality. When the curve is most pronounced towards the bottom by the wrist, where the red arrow is pointing, the person's imagination is more practical, so their thoughts are more likely to come to fruition. The middle section of the palm is ruled by Mars. The three interesting characteristics this area reveals is your resiliency, the ability to bounce back after failure. It also shows your courage and temper. If the plane of Mars is very developed and firm to the touch, the person could be aggressive and have a hot temper. Sometimes it's easy to tell which mount is the most significant on the hand. Take a look at the hand on the left. Its mount of Jupiter is excessively large. It's almost a third of the way down the palm and halfway to the middle finger. Compare this to the Jupiter mount on the hand on the right. Not only is the mount flat, but no mounts jump out at us on this hand. A hand like this is considered to be well balanced. A well-developed Jupiter shows great leadership skills, a person that is assertive without being overbearing. On the other hand, someone with an overdeveloped Jupiter can be bossy and dominating. Contrary to the other mounts, the mount of Saturn is best when flat. A flat Saturn shows a great sense of responsibility and a person who is well balanced and has a good head on its shoulder. When the Saturn mount is developed, this could mean that the person can easily become depressed or grumpy. A well-developed Apollo mount is a sign of creativity. And people with well-developed mount of Mercury are skilled communicators. They are engaging and have a way with words. The hand on the left has a well-developed mount of Neptune. Notice how there's no dip between the mount of Venus and the mount of Luna, like the hand on the right does. A full Neptune means that the person is able to easily make the connection between the conscious world represented by Venus and the unconscious world represented by Luna. People with well-developed Neptune are usually full of charisma. People with a deep dip in this area can be oblivious. Often you'll notice that the mounts aren't aligned with the fingers. The 4 mounts under each finger might merge into 3 mounts like the hand on the right. When this happens, there's a blending of the personalities. Take a look at where the yellow arrow is pointing on this hand. The mount between the Apollo and Mercury finger is most prominent. People with a prominent mount here are likely to be successful because they're both creative and clever. If you've enjoyed this video, hit the like and subscribe button. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.